Hi children, welcome back to this trigonometric function session. I hope you remember what we have done in the last lecture. We had seen how to find the values of trigonometric functions of angles of any magnitude. Just to recapitulate children, whenever you have 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta, now theta is an acute angle, make a note, the trigonometric ratio does not change. And if it happens to be 90 plus minus theta, 270 plus minus theta, the trigonometric ratio changes. So sine will become cos, cos will become sine, tan cot, cot tan, sec cosec, cosec sec. And second is, after applying this particular rule, what is the procedure? You apply the add sugar to coffee rule. Now this is not mentioned in any textbook. It's just for your information. I just share this procedure. So let us begin with exercise 4D today. Very important exercise to examination point of view, and let us see how we work it out. So let us begin. They are telling us evaluate, or you can also say it is simplify. So simplify to acute angle, so theta to be acute. So what happens here? First cos 189. So I can write this as cos of 180 plus 9. Now 180 cos, now 180 and 360. Remember in the last lecture, one of the students had asked me, sir, can I write in terms of 90 and 270 also? You can write in 90 and 270 also, but this angle has to be acute. That's the message. Okay. So 180 plus 9 is 189. Now remember 180 and 360. My preference is always to stick to 180 and 360 because I don't have to remember about the change in the trigonometric ratio. Because whenever it is 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta children, the trigonometric ratio doesn't change. So let us begin with this question now. So 180 plus theta, the ratio does not change. So this will be cos 9. Now this, after applying part A, you have to apply part B for every sum. What is it part B? Apply add sugar to coffee rule. Now come to the question. So 180 plus 9 is third quadrant. So everybody knows that in third quadrant, add sugar to coffee. Third quadrant, only tan and cot is positive, whereas cos will be negative. So it is minus cos 9 degree. So this is something very interesting coming up. Let us take the next one, sine of minus 1785. I had briefed you before that whenever it is sine of minus theta or tan of anything, any minus angle, remember this minus is an insoluble form. So sine of minus theta, I take it out, minus sine of 1785. Now I hope I am not writing your degree here, so just keep that in mind. But only for cos and sec, only for cos and sec it is positive. So as I said, sine of minus theta becomes minus sine theta, right? Now 1785, I repeat the statement there last lecture. I had showed you all that as if it becomes more than 360, remember one complete rotation plus 360. So any number of rotation doesn't make any difference. The terminal arm comes back to the original position. So this I can convert. Remember this 1785. So what I can do is minus sine of, can I write this? What you do is divide this by 360 and come to the nearest where the acute angle formation happens. Now this is 5 into 360. Now 5 into 360 is 500, 5 6 are 30, 1800. So 1800 minus 15 degree. So the number of rotations doesn't matter. I had explained this in the last lecture. Why and how the terminal arm comes back to its original position, children. So anyway, coming to a point, 1800, please confirm once again. 1800 minus 15 is 1785. Once you have done this you can ignore because number of rotation doesn't matter. 360 plus or minus theta, the ratio remains the same. But 360 minus theta is nothing but fourth quadrant because it is 0, this is 90, this is 180, 270 and finally 360. So 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant, the sign will be negative. So negative of negative will become positive and this will be sine 15 degree. Now this question is basically they are asking us convert this into an acute angle format, okay, where theta has to be acute. That they are not asking any value as such. If they are asking value, just put sine and 15 degree, you will get the answer for that. Okay, from the calculator. Now let us take the next one, cot of minus 195. Now here I want you to pay attention now. Cot of negative, it is negative only. So minus cot 1952. Now basically, if you look at this 5 into 360 is 1800. So you can go ahead with that. So minus cos, this will become 5 into 360 plus 152. Now, a very important message I want to share with you. Listen to me very carefully. Now what happens is 1952, you can do 6 into also, then you will come minus because that much angle you have to subtract. So this value comes up to, so 1800 plus 152 is 1952. And if you write 6 into 360, it will be minus some angle. So whatever it is, now remember this is not an acute angle. But still you apply the same rule what we did before, what we are applying here. So let us begin with this. Cos of 360 plus theta. 360 plus theta. Okay. I hope you got this point of minus 2. So what I say, ignore this as an acute angle now because we don't know where the terminal arm is there. But from there we are taking up 360 degree as complete rotation. So just follow this rule and apply. Now 360 plus theta is first quadrant, it is positive. So positive of negative, I beg your pardon, this is cot here. Okay, this is cot. So 360 plus minus theta, this will remain the same. So cot of 360 plus theta is first quadrant, so cot of 152. The ratio remains the same and theta. So cot 152. So I can say here minus cot of, this is 180 minus 28. Now 180 minus theta. Now 180 minus theta. Remember I am not mentioning degree here. In all the cases it is degree only. So 180 minus 28 because 180 minus 28 is 152. Now I ask a simple question. 180 minus theta is the second quadrant. The ratio remains the same. So second quadrant cot will be negative. So negative of negative will become positive. It is nothing but cot 28. Okay. Now here a very important part. That one type of example is there in 4D. We will solve the sum. But I just want to just commit to memory this particular explanation. Okay. Now similarly let us come to this cos of 315 degrees. So cos of 315 is cos of 360 minus you can say 45. Right? Cos of 360 minus, so cos 360 180 the ratio remains the same. So it is nothing but cos 45. But 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant is nothing but positive. No issue. Cos 45 is 1 upon root 2. It's a standard angle. That's why I can just write this value outright. Now in all these cases if you see, they are given in terms of degree. Here in given in terms of radians. So what you should do is, now here a little bit of thinking is required. What I can think, what I will do is share with you what I mean. Now look at this, okay. Now these are the angles. It starts from 0 degree, right? 0, 45, 55. So what if it is 15 pi by 4? So take an angle greater than this. Or can you tell me, can I write this as 4 pi minus pi upon 4? Think. You can write any way, okay, but I am taking an angle greater than 15 pi by 4. So that from that angle I subtract this, you get exactly. So see this, 4 4 are 16 pi. 16 pi minus pi is 15 pi upon 4. You can take 2 pi also, but it will not match because 2 pi plus ho jayega. 2 pi plus because it is more than 15 pi by 4 is more than 180, 360 degree. So 4 pi, what I did 4 pi, actually what I am doing I will just share with you. See, I did 2 into 2 pi. So 2 pi is 360 degree, correct or not? Now 2 into 2 pi minus pi upon 4 because eventually it should give me this. Now the number of rotations doesn't matter. 2 pi means 360. Now 360 minus theta, cos and sec is positive in this case. So it is positive, sir. So it is nothing but sec pi by 4. Okay, the way you write it, it's very simple, it's interesting. But I do understand there will be some points in your mind to ask you, sir, what to write, how to write. I am taking an angle greater than 15 pi by 4. Okay, 2 pi in terms of cycle. That is 2 pi is one complete cycle 360 degree. So 360 minus pi by 4. So I think eventually I am getting the same answer. So sec pi by 4. Now sec pi by 4 is what? It is reverse of cos. That is nothing but root 2. So I hope you got this point clear, children. We will see more examples coming up. Okay, let us take this an example now. Remember, I am not mentioning degree henceforth but in the sum you have to solve it this way only. Put the degree here, but I will not do it. Okay, I understand this degree. So anyway, come to the point, they ask me find the value of the same type of sum we have done in the previous lecture. So what I do is individually I can find the solution of it first. So first find sine of 750. Now remember, sine of 750, it is more than 360. So what I can do is sine of, I can write 2 into 360 because 750 divided by 360 will be 2 point something. That means 2 into 360 is 720. 720 plus 30. So eventually this should add up and give you this value. So I am getting this. So number of rotation doesn't matter here. 360 plus 30. So 360 plus 30 is the first quadrant. So sine will be positive. So answer is nothing but sine 30. What is sine 30? 1 by 2. Similarly, let us get to cos 300. So cos 300 is equal to, now this is a simple working, that is 360 minus 60. Remember this, 360 minus 60 is 300. Fourth quadrant cos is positive, add sugar to coffee rule and the ratio remains the same because 180 and 360 the ratio remains the same, which is nothing but cos 60. What is cos 60? This is also half. Let us talk about cos of 1470. Now it is definitely in cycles of 360 because it is exceeding 360 and more than 720. So what I can do is 360 into 1440. Yeah. So this I can write as cos of 4 into 360. Now please check yourself. 4 6 are 24, 4 3 are 12, 1440. But here is 1470. So 1440 plus 30. Eventually this will add up to 1470. So just divide by 360 to get 4 point something. So I just found that 4 into 360 is 1400. 1440. 1440 plus 30 is nothing but 1470. Now the number of rotation doesn't matter. So cos of 360 plus theta. Now when I say cos of 360 plus theta, children, first quadrant, right? And cos will be as it is, so cos 30. So cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. The standard value you should know. Finally, sine of, what is that? Minus 1020. So not usable. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Minus sine 1020, right? So this is nothing but minus sine. So basically what I can do is 1440, no, 360, 360 is 18, 3 is okay. Sine of 3 into 360. Now this 3 into 360 is 1800. Sorry, not 1800. It is 1080. 300, 360, 18, there is 1080. But here 1020 I want. So from 1080 I remove 60 degrees. Because 1080 minus 60 is 1020. Got it? So forget the rotation. 360 minus theta is fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant sine will be negative. And negative of negative will become positive sine 60. Now what is positive sine 60? Root 3 by 2. Because this is negative and negative of negative is nothing but positive. So that's the reason I just took it out. Okay. So once you remember this, every purpose 360 and 180 remains the same. That's why maximum I am keeping in terms of 360 and 180 only, so that I don't remember about change of trigonometric ratio. Keep that in mind. But if you do with 270 also fine. But remember this has to be accurate. You just go on applying the rule as we go on, as we do it in the previous question. So root 3 by 2. So I got the values, fine. So let us see, sine 750 is half into cos 300 is half plus, what happens over here, plus root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2. So it's just simple working now. It is 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4. Answer is 1. So this is the value of this expression 1. So basically what I said, individually you solve it, it becomes more easy and more handy for you all to understand. I hope you got this point clear, children. We have to do quite a bit of sum now. So let us not waste time. Pause and note it down. Okay, let's take another example very similar to the previous one, but in the previous sum they are given specifically angles. Here the expression is given in terms of theta, and theta value is given to you already. So basically it's not a big deal. So this is cos of, now 3 into 150. Now 3 into 150 will become 450 minus 2 cos 4 into 150 is 600 upon sine 450 minus 2 sine 600. So as simple as looking at this. So basically once again we have to find the values of this. So let us begin with this now. So cos of 450. Excuse me. Cos 450, 360 plus 90. So 360 plus 90, you can say its first quadrant itself. It doesn't cross 90 degree. So this I can write as cos of 360 plus 90. Right? So cos of 360 plus 90. So first of all, first quadrant, cos remains as it is. So this is cos 90, and cos 90 is nothing but 0, because cos 0 is 1. Similarly, let us talk about cos 600. Cos 600. Now cos 600, it exceeds 360. Okay, now here if I do 2 into 360, okay, if I do 2 into 360, what you can do is 2 into 360, 720 minus 120. Okay, now you might ask, so 120 is not an acute angle, then how you work it out? It's really funny. So don't worry, I said just ignore that for the time being and follow the rule as it is. In the end, it adjusts and accordingly you get the right answer. Now 360 minus theta, whatever the theta is. See, base theta first quadrant, cos is nothing but, okay, this is direct way I am showing. Okay, cos of 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta first quadrant. 360 minus theta is first quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos is always positive. So cos 120. Now cos 120, I can write cos of 180 minus 60. So just understand, actually this is 600. Okay, 600. So 180 minus 60. Second quadrant, cos is negative. So minus cos 60. And what is minus cos 60? Minus cos 60 is nothing but, that is minus half. Okay, now it's workable, working condition, there is no issue at all. So minus half I got. Now next is sine 450. Now sine 450 is nothing but sine of 360 plus 90, first quadrant. So sine 90 is nothing but 1. Right? Similarly, I have to get sine 600 here. So this I can write sine of 2 into 360, 720 minus 120. So sine of 120, so 360 minus theta, fourth quadrant, sine will be negative. So minus sine 120, but still it is not an acute angle. Go further applying the rule. So this is minus sine of 180 minus 60. Second quadrant, sine is positive. Positive of negative will become negative. Minus sine 60. So sine 60 is nothing but minus root 3 upon 2. Now once you have the values here, just place across this part. Okay. Now what happens? Cos 450, 0. Minus 2 into cos, this is minus half, upon sine 450, I got 1, minus of minus root 3 by 2, because 2 into minus root 3 upon 2. So 2 gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. So minus of minus will become 1 upon, now please understand this is 1 plus root 3. You can rationalize this out, there is no issue at all. Rationalize and find the answer. So it is 1 minus root 3 upon 2. Or you can keep this answer in this format. Okay, so 1 upon 1 plus root 3. So I hope you got this point clear, children. Slightly difficult. Remember here I showed separately. Okay, but if I want to convert this into acute angle, now for example cos 600, I'll just show you this working here. Cos 600, I can write cos of 2 into 360 minus 120. So understand this. So 120 minus, matlab this is 180 minus 60. Okay, so this is my theta here. So 360 minus theta, cos is positive, correct, with the final acute angle cases, right or not? So instead of showing this in one step, I am showing in two steps. जो जीता वो सिकंदर इसके अंदर. So better you do step by step, otherwise there is a confusion that whether I have to write in one go or whether I have to write separately and do it. Anything you can do, there is no issue at all. So this is what is the working of this question. So I hope you got this point, children. So pause and notice. Okay, let us take this example. It's a simple sum actually. They are just saying evaluate it or simplify, they can also say. Now tan of minus theta, everybody knows it is minus tan theta. Now here I want you to pay attention now. Sine of 540 plus theta. So basically it is not very near to 360 also, not very near to double 720 also. So what I can, anyway can work. So what I will do, sine of, I can say 360 plus 180 plus theta. Now if I consider this theta as an angle, so 360 plus theta, first quadrant, don't worry, 360 plus theta is first quadrant, so it is minus tan theta upon 360 plus theta, the ratio remains the same, and first quadrant, you can get first quadrant is 360 plus theta is presumed to be first quadrant, so this is nothing but sine of 180 plus theta, because this is theta for me, 360 plus theta I am presuming it to be first quadrant, so 360 plus theta is nothing but this theta I wrote as it is, right? So now again, now this is not a standard form, 180 plus theta is third quadrant, so this is minus tan theta, the ratio remains the same, upon third quadrant is minus sine theta. Now see what happens over here. So basically this becomes positive, this is sine upon cos upon sine theta. So basically this can get eliminated. So 1 upon cos theta is nothing but sec theta. So don't worry if it happens to be more than acute, not an acute angle, just presume it that is theta and just do it continuously till this reduces to an acute angle. So I hope you got this point clear, children. So pause and note it down. Now they are again asking us to simplify this. It is given in theta, the answer has to come in terms of theta. So let us just apply basically the rules what I had studied. Now sine of 90 minus theta is, everybody knows it is cos theta into. Now hold on. 180 and 360 the ratio remains the same, 180 minus theta. Now 180 minus theta is which quadrant? Second quadrant, right? So sec is positive, negative, negative. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta upon 180 plus theta. The ratio remains the same because it's 180 plus or minus theta. So sine theta, but 180 plus theta is third quadrant. So this is nothing but minus sine theta. Cot 360 minus theta. Cot is in the fourth quadrant. 360 minus negative. So minus cot theta. And here be careful. Whenever 90 or 270 the ratio changes. So cosec will change to sec. Why we did not change till now? Because most of the cases we were dealing with 180 plus or minus theta. So cosec 90 plus theta is sec. Now hold your breath. 90 plus theta is second quadrant and cosec is positive, negative, positive. So sec theta. Now you can simplify whatever you could, minus, minus, plus, out. So sec theta goes off, sine theta goes off. By the way, if you see this, here is cos and here it is cot. So cos theta, this we can write as cos theta upon sine theta. Eliminates this, goes up, final answer will be sine theta. So not a difficult one, but just it is testing your skills on this trigonometric part which we had. Alright, let us see the next question now. They have given a very simple one. Sine of 7 theta plus 9 is equal to cos of 2 theta. Remember this theta, another notation for alpha, gamma, lambda, this is called sine. So anyway, sine 7 theta is equal to cos 2 theta, find the value of theta. See, the problem with this is, you see here the sine ratio happens, here the cos. So can I change this to sine? Of course I can do that. So how I can do that, I'll just tell you. Sine of 7 theta plus 9 is equal to sine of 90 minus 2. So sine 90, this is my theta, complete 2 theta is my angle. So sine 90 minus theta is cos theta, as simple as it is. Okay, so sine both sides you can equate now. This is 7 psi plus 9 is equal to 90 minus 2 theta. So basically what happens over here, it is 9 theta is equal to 81. So this is nothing but 90. So that's simple, though not difficult at all. Okay, so I hope you got this point, children. So pause. And children, this is one of the very important part of question of exercise 44D. Your working is very limited. Okay, I'll just share you the logic. You just put across those angles here. That's what the answer demands. They are telling find 6 angles. No limitation. Whereas here find all angles between 0 degree and 720 degree. So between 0 and 720 you find all the angles where the tangent of this minus. So what is the difference between these two questions is, in this question they are asking 6 angles without any minimum value and maximum value. Here minimum and maximum given to you. So whatever it is, the procedure or approach remains the same for both the questions. So I just took both the questions together so that you understand this very properly. Listen to the explanation, because that explanation I'm not writing it out on the board, I'm directly mentioning the angles here. But first thing what I will tell you is, sine theta is given negative. So first you understand this. I repeat, sine theta is given negative. Now tell me, sine is negative in which quadrant? In the second quadrant and fourth quadrant. So third or fourth. So these are the only two possibilities. The angle has to lie in third, that means more than 180, and fourth less than 360 and more than 270, whatever it is. Now hold your breath. So from here, sine theta, forget about the negative sign. Negative sign has shown me that it is third, the angle is nothing but in the third or the fourth quadrant. So root 3 upon 2. So from here theta is nothing but 60 degree. Simple. Now third quadrant, remember I don't want to have the ratio change, right? So third quadrant, so I can say it is sine of 180 plus theta. Eventually this is nothing but sine of 180 plus 60. The 60 cannot be the answer because 60 in the first quadrant, correct? Right or not? So 60, so 180 plus theta, so 180 plus theta, so 180 plus 60 is nothing but 240. So 240, sine of 240 is minus root 3 by 2. Okay, similarly fourth theta I got, fourth is what? 360 minus theta. See, I don't want to have the ratio change, so 360 minus theta. So sine of 360 minus 60, how much it is? Sine of 300. So the angles are 240 degree and 300 degree. To understand, once again I am telling you, till now they used to give us the angle sine 240. From here I used to go reverse, right? Now what I did first, I saw it's a negative angle. The value of the angle is negative. I mean to say sine theta is negative value. So sine is negative in the third and the fourth. So first identify the quadrant. First step. Once you do it, third, fourth, whatever the stuff it is 180 plus minus theta, 360 plus minus theta. So third quadrant is 180 plus theta. Third quadrant is here, so 180 plus theta. Because I can't use 270 minus theta, because if I do 270 minus theta, the sine will become cos. So we don't want to have that. So sine of 180 plus theta. What is my theta value I got initially? 60 degree. Theta 60 degree cannot be the answer because the angle has to lie, the terminal arm is lying in the third quadrant. So how I get the third quadrant? 180 plus 60, so sine 240. If you want to check, you can check. Go to sine 240 and find the answer. You will get minus root 3 by 2. You can check yourself. Okay. Now similarly sine 360. Now fourth quadrant is 360 minus theta. So I got only theta. Once you get the theta, work just follows in 9 pins. I will just explain that in that sum also. So my angles are 240 degree and 300 degree. Now let us take an example here. They are telling tan theta is minus 1 by root 3. Right? Now listen very carefully. Tan theta is negative. So I said the sign tells you which quadrant it lies. The tan is negative. Where is tan is negative? Second and fourth. So second quadrant and fourth quadrant. By the way, I beg your pardon, I just missed out one. This is just only the two angles I am trying to find out. But here they are asking find 6 angles. So how I find the 6 angles? Remember, the terminal arm is at 240 degree, right? From the positive. So 240 degree. Now when it comes the same value, when it goes rotation 360, just add 360 to it. So if I add 360 to it, 360, this will become 600, this will become 960, add 360, 660, 660 plus 360 is nothing but 1020. Check. Yes. So these are the 6 angles which I am talking about. Why? Because after every 360 degree, when the terminal moves with complete rotation, the value gets repeated. As they are not mentioned in limitation, I just mentioned all the 6 angles together. In this case, they are doing 0 and 720 degree, not an issue. Now let us first find between 0 and 360 degree what happens. So by the way, theta is 30 degree in this case. You ignore this negative sign, tan theta is 1 by root 3, so theta is 30 degree. Second quadrant, 180 minus 30. So 180 minus 30 is 150 degree. Fourth quadrant, so fourth quadrant is 360 minus 30. 360 minus 30 is 330 degree. But they are asking us between 0 and 720. So this, see, in one rotation, at two values, 150 degree and 330, it is minus 1 by root 3. Agree? So I will get the consecutive. How I get the further angles, equivalent angles? By adding 360. I'll explain this in the first lecture also. So add 360. So 360 plus 150. 510. Right? 510. Then 360 plus 330. 690. Now if I add 360, it will exceed 720. So I don't have to add now. If I add 360 like this, because they are asking only angle between 0 and 720 degree. So 150 degree, 330 degree, 510 degree, 690 degree. So you will just write the angle. Here also you want to show all this working. What I am just sharing with you, for identify the quadrant based on the sign, and then see what is the standard angle of this, 60 degree. Then 180 plus and 360 plus minus theta, whatever stuff they are asking. So second quadrant is 180 minus theta, so minus 30, 150 degree, and then 510. So 150 plus 360 is nothing but 510, 330 plus. So equivalent angles you get by adding one complete rotation, 360 degree for terminal arm. So I hope you got this point. These are very exclusive sums, children. So pause and note it down. Hi there, this is the last question of a session today, so please pay attention now. Now, two sums I have given, one is 19 and 21st, both are working on similar lines, so that's why both the sums I took it right away. Now they are telling ABC are the vertices of triangle ABC and ABCD are what I call it. This is the given information and they are asking to prove us some statements over here, whatever stuff it is. Now let us focus on what is given. ABC are the vertices of triangle ABC. So I mean to say, I can say that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is nothing but 180 degree. Sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. So this is already mentioned to you, given to you. From here, you have to derive this. So first thing, what I derive? Now B plus C I can keep as it is and shift this A this side, because on the left hand side I want B plus C. See, you have to derive this, okay? You can't just have tan. So B plus C is equal to 180 minus A. Then I want upon 2, because this derivation is a deduction method I am following. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So I am nearing to my LHS and RHS. So now basically what will happen now, I want tan on both the sides, because I want tan of B plus C. So tan on both the sides. So this will become tan B plus C upon 2 is equal to tan. This I can say 90 minus A by 2. 2 I give it to both of them. Now what is 90 minus theta? Tan 90 minus theta is what? Cot theta. So this will become eventually tan of B plus C upon 2 is equal to cot A by 2. That's what they are asking us to prove. So first generate the angle here, okay, and then tan both the sides and go ahead with the solution. That's easier question. This is not a difficult one. Again, this is given ABC, a vertex of triangle ABC. I took A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. ABCD are the vertices of quadrilateral ABCD. So I can say from here A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 360 degree. because sum of the angles of the quadrilateral is nothing but 360. Fine. Now I want A plus B and I want C plus D. So what I can do is, okay, what I can take, I want A plus B, take is C plus D that side. So A plus B is equal to 360 minus of C plus D. Agree? Now I want upon 2, same procedure. So divide by 2, divide by 2. Now I want cos on this side. So cos on both the sides. So cos of A plus B upon 2 is equal to cos of, now pay attention, cos of, this will become 180 minus of C plus D upon 2. Simple. So cos, now come here. Now 180 minus theta, not a standard form. The 180 minus theta is second quadrant, right? Now 180 and 360, the ratio remains the same. The ratio will remain the same, but 180 minus theta is the second quadrant. So what happens over here? It is negative. So this will become cos of A plus B upon 2. Remember, once again I want to share with you, 180 and 360, the ratio remains as it is. Cos of C plus D upon 2. And 180 minus theta is second quadrant. Understand? Second quadrant, cos is negative or positive? Negative. So minus. Take this side. So this will become cos of A plus B upon 2 plus cos of C plus D upon 2 is equal to 0. This is what exactly they are asking us to prove. So children, I hope you understood the point. The sum before this, we will take 2-3 sums in the next lecture before we start with the compound multiple, so that gets find 6 angles, find 7 angles and all those things. So they become more clearer to you all. Because that part I feel that you are having a little bottleneck situation. But anyway, right now, this is what is in 4D, the maximum level sums I have put across in front of you. So pause and note it down. We will see you in the next section, that is compound and multiple angles, with some extra sums on this particular exercise. Okay, so thank you. See you then in the next lecture.